TBS, should be doing I'm more nigga from motherfucking that. It's Iggy not G.
Swiftly its step. Instincts feed fed. This world turned upside down. It seems to stand still in the face of danger. The southern all the will, the heart's pounding and the mind's racing to seek out ways to go. Being a hope. In the darkness of the times we must find the scope of this front. Here was a rush to force. A rush to forth with this risking of the lives and save others to the brave who can ignore. For the aftermath of disaster, we can't find strength and unity for the facing of adversity, for the rising of resilience to the people. Urgency strike, warning in a sudden rush. Urgency strike, warning in a sudden rush. The fear and the dread, the moments of the chaos that we must act swiftly, its step. Instincts feed fed. This world turned upside down. It seems to stand still in the face of danger. The southern all the will, the heart's pounding and the mind's racing, and seek out ways to go. Being a hope. In the darkness of the times, we must find the scope of this front. Here was a rush to force. A rush to forth was risking the lives and save others to the brave who connect. In the aftermath of disaster, we can't find strength and unity for the facing of the adversity, for the rising of resilience to the ignorant. Revealing in the light of the darkness and moments of the shining light. It was gaining wisdom for the learning and never-ending journey. The path to wisdom for the never tired. Your minds and hearts to set the spirits on fire. Every book you read, every lesson you heed, is the understanding of the growth. Not as it exceeds some of the fall, but always get back to the learning process, never give up the key to unlock new secrets in the universe, never ending your quest. It only gets better with the age, so let us embrace the joy of learning. For with each new lesson to become more discerning, let us never stop seeking. Knowledge is the guide, for through the learning and growing will always be goodbye. Down by the banks of sea, for the waters to edge compete, for some plastic population to plus me. The road pleased the camel. Cameo for the camel, the camouflage candy for the camel suit. It's painted by the hoop, say the owls at the barn for the hoopers in it. You find the noodles of the monkeys and the apes. For the yes of the summer, the blur for the spins of wisdom. For the pools and worlds, this is like the girls and boys. It is a girl to find a oyster for the clam, but never the rarely found a girl. This is the house of popular cities and the sharp never get ready. This is the way the lies feel good to ink, or was it the ink for the think of this assignment of truth? But the proof is that it didn't don't, just reality for the will and won't. Sealed lips and all the crew, not the final loosening. Definitely not two, for the still is strong. Like and no longer the authority for the decent dawn. Wrong, riding, but the wars just been fought for the armies in the battle for those who been fighting. Some now lay dead, melancholy for the infinite, for the dreading of the red and round orange, for the truth, or just omitted for the truth, or just become the truth, never said, for the somewhere in the tool, the buried is unknown metal piece, the non-descriptive food, for the unknown piece, the side of the head, for the particle inside. 10 colors in the head, for the radioactive, for the ones who call the final erase the small square, for the multi-million-dollar masterpiece, and draw the pretty smile face. Truly, without thinking to wipe it off, the eraser, this is quite apparent. The gifts were not to be found in the space and space for the matter for the time, but if there be the sparkle of shining in the side of the bowl for the moment, for the described entity, for the definite, for the good, with the mixture, for the nonsense for me. And the mason of unknown scattered with the ashes in the throwing away for the shame of the this never learned to burn, you know, for the not the shame for this getting over for the stolen gift. But you cannot fathom it along the rivers of the edge and never know the earth before the time for the unknown. Are you happier than not for this address of this for the ultimate, for the discernible, for the flavor of the table over your question of the between the silence and the fire for the heartless moving in no time and shape. Shadows slim close, the soul burns brighter for the body to endure lonely. Carry the storm deciding for the kind that breaks the trees and this kind that breaks people too for the quietly for the morning time. Still your eyes of a scar, the scripture for the tear, the song on sun, the survival for the prophecy for the morning will divide you again for the final war. Then you fight the wound for the too quiet for the blood that you shed in your ways. This about noticing in the heaven, the scene for the heaven fear. Your steps to shake the ground for the more for the you know for the new broken seal glass cuts. This both rain to be resurrection for the wound rebel. Space between the silence of the fire that you will return. The days go by, she took the secret, now the strangers will do past. The hollow words that don't be seen and reach me anymore. For the I love you, when you say to walk away for the hollow words, now I love you. This will be down.
Taken and ever, the yellow for the colors, the blue for the purple, for the concentration, for the wet dream, for the angry, and not the healing, for the feeling understood, for the concerning of what you cause of being broken, for the forgetting of the beauty for the same. What is wrong for the force to go, for the emperor, for the advertising of your colors by the one for the golden heart. Shoot to me to find a flip to hope for this air, the growth, for this, and for the stability, for the dividing of what you fight for your life. The artist, the beauty of the truth of the woven into the earth, the forbidden of the touch like an elephant in the room for the forbidden, the fingerprints of this no longer for the permission to touch. Life is the journey forever, the lesson for the listener, for the yesterday is the knowledge to diffuse that to define a dish, the laundry, or the something that's screaming enough for the skin, for the can contain, for the understanding of the least. that headache for the resulting of the cognitive dissonance of the might for the beat. Delivering of the divine providence for the I'm disgusted with. Or the shake of the scent for this to be the missing her for the time of the misspent for this to be the feeble with the crane over the wall for the shrinking it for the time for the pain for the ego says and just stand tall for the tensions and both of the scope. For the was and only know. For the one for the withdrawal for the tension over the kissing over the reserving and then over the occupied the bones and marrow over them have for the areola for the desert to be the area I consent to being defined to join in my hand. Remedies of what you find it doesn't import. Breaking your fever for what the symptoms are, but the writing of a poem for the web of memories and the cerebral cortex is find what's inside for the pulsating of my brainstem. I'm disgusted with self society for the such lousy way to pathetic and incompetent for the dishonest way to be disgusting for the broken away from the for the fine abuse and dissonance me. Independent for the exposing of who the wind is cold beneath the boughs of vine sleeping in up the stained glass trees. This is sad but true. All I could do was think about the great love for the fine for the great matter for the only attraction is between the rational part of the this shouldn't exist is for the aviating for the exhale for this and all the same pen to bound to find a right. Impossible to dream for the flat surface of your morning and I can find the last time of night. Then stiff back at the time. Adjust myself for the writing of my way for the releasing of the inner thoughts and I guess the words were free, placed but just the same and I remember the better days since you probably knew before it to begin. Letting go. Tell for the eyes of the falsely convinced this is you. Self yet still the essential for the hiding and the sinking the feelings of the too many times of letting down. Eyes were worn to the ceiling, but then the scrolling of the phone for the call between the two worlds of reality and fantasy for the thoughts and all to have the final unfold with no chance of sympathy. It was different for them never seemed to learn from never the touching of the despondent for the what the hunting from the burn. Admitting your retrospect that it couldn't have been better for man. You can find the bitter for the taste of the different accepting of the part of the physical for the destroying of the plan holding it with something of with your hand for the willing to forgive. For some reason and I let go of the pain and what you find to seek inside the reaches this is still mine is mine and mine still the length of the time to find the bound pain for the debate for the disabled over the griefs to be free.
Urgency strike without warning in a sudden rush. Fear and the dread, the moments of the chaos up here. We must act swiftly yet stuck. Instincts feed fed, this world turned upside down. It seems to stand still with the face of danger. We must summon all the will for the hearts pounding and the minds racing to seek out ways to cope. Beacon of hope, in the darkness of the times we must find the scope. Here was a rush to force. Rush to forward for this rescue of the lives and save others to the raven who can ignore. For the aftermath of disaster, we can't find the strength and the unity for the facing of the adversity, for the rising of the resilience to the dignity, the revealing of the might from the darkness of moments and the shining bright light. It was gaining wisdom for the learning of the never-ending journey, for the path to wisdom for the never tired. Open up your minds and hearts to set the spirits on fire. With every book you read and every lesson you heed, this understanding of the growth. Knowledge that exceeds the stumble and fall, but always get back for the learning process. Never give up with the key to unlocking your secrets of the universe and never ending your quest. It only gets better with the age, so let us embrace the joy of learning. For with each new lesson to become more discerning, let us never stop seeking. Knowledge is the guide for through the learning and growing, will always be about. Down by the banks of the sea for the waters to edge could be for some plastic population to trust me. The road please the camera. Cameo for the camouflage the camel. The Campbell soup gets the painted by the hoop and say the owls at the barn for the hoopers in it. Find the noodles of the monkeys in the age. For the yes of the summer, the blur for the spins of wisdom. For the pools and worlds, this is like the girls' boys, this is girl to find wishes for the clamp and for the rail to find the road. This somewhere in the house of popular cities to the sharp and never you're really hidden ditty. And this is the where the lies feel good to ink, or was it the ink for the think this assignment the truth? But the proof is that it didn't don't, just reality for the wills and won't. Sealed lips and all the crews and not to find a loose one. Definitely not too for the still is strong, and the black and no longer for the authority for the deeds of the wrong, righted for the wars that just been fought for the armies in the battle for those who be fight. And some now lay dead, melancholy for the infinite, for the dreading over the red and round orange, for the truth, or just omitted for the truth, it just become the truth and never said, for the somewhere in the tool, the buried in some unknown metal piece of the non-descriptive fool, for the unknown piece decided to head for the article inside. 10 colors in the head for the radioactive, for the once called to finally erase the small square, for the multi-million-dollar masterpiece to draw the crooked smile face. And truly, without thinking to wipe it off and erase it, this is quite apparent. The gifts were not to be found in space, for the matter, for the time, but it was to be the sparkle, the shine, for the side of the bowl, for the moment, for the describing of the definite, for the over the mixture of the unseen. And the mason and unknown scattered by the ashes and thrown away for the shame, and then for this to never learn, to burn, for the not the shame, for this to getting for the stolen it. What you cannot fathom, but along the rivers, the edge, and never the know, there be other for the time, for the unknown, the only heard. Are you happy or not for this address? It is final, for the ultimate and for the discernible, for the flavor of the table over your next dish. This what do I do for this to be the question, for the between the silence and the fire, for the where the heart whispered, for the thing no tongue no can shake. Where the shadows lean close, the soul burns brighter, for the body can endure it only. Carry the storms inside of you for the kind that breaks the trees, and this kind that breaks people too, for the quietly over the time. Still your eyes ever scar, the scripture for the terror, the song unsung, this survival for the prophecy for the morning will find you again, for never to find a warrior. You fight the room for the too quiet, for the blood that you shed anyways, so this about a noticing of the heaven, the scene for the hell, the fear. Or steps to shake the ground for the more, for the for the you can broken steel glass cuts, this both rain to read, resurrection for the wound, the rubbing. Space between silence and the fire that you were eternal. And the days go by, wishes to be seen for not by strangers, but you pass, and hollow words that don't be seen and reach me anymore. For the I love you when you said you walk away, for the hollow words and I love you. Who this would be beyond the whisper for the stone cry, cradle for the slipping between the moss. What was lost to the hush of the roots, this bend slowly at first for the learning and language, a curve for the love of the mold, metal for the ear, for the mirror, the clouds, this forget their names. This it's a glass, this is wilderness, and this wild. A wide and shallowing of the shadows, and this is wearing it down the years of the painted tongue, or patient of the water for the curving of the hymns, and into the bones of the earth, for this to be the twist of the restless thoughts, this wandering of the past of the willows of the reading of the holding secrets, and the murmur for the releasing of the listening to hear of the child. She won't speak to me. How long can she do this? She repeats it. Recognize what's real. You won't speak to how the words of voices, this is the trap. Release them for the you to be the month, and this to writing down to become the season, the imagination to speak to, for the all I want is to listen, but you won't speak. The sword of a guy, for this to be the side lies to the rod and the gentle staff, for this to gleam to the sword of the script that is to follow. Dance with the second, the glance and hollow. Read it to read the script, for this to reveal the clips. It flashed before the eyes that were playing that it was all said, for the desperate attempt to flip the script. I find the ribbon that sheds at the reverend, for the piece of the story and code. You can't understand the chaos of the drama, the release of the deep. Dress in disguise of this acting like love. Survivor one to come to the place of the life of the much care for the forsaking of the time for the strength of this to be the all that I got. But you came for the success that is found for the bank you can find for the found within, for the within, or the unconditional for the kind of warmth of this place to call home, for the love is unlimited. And you're almost hit for that for the final law and hoped in for the dining and the reprising of the dress and the love for the lit candle, for the changing of the moment in the midnight, for the forgetting of that you're capable enough to be the only angel. Beg the sky to stay. Trust the instincts. Something doesn't sit right in your spirit. Trust that. When the radar goes off, and the conscience of the chaos, caution. If the madness and the nonsense, just faith in your side for the Lord to be the guidance. The question that lingers between the breath and the silence and the slowness, and you can find the meaning of the door for the intention in your folding. If not, you can find the love in the mind, and this will be the heaven for the hurting of it like hell. When I find you, you always look for the problem to solve, to get it done, but the dupe is all. And honey by the distance and the absence and the heart grow fonder, for the never the wanted to be the aching, this is quiet. Echo for the ghost, and this is all. The same for the mornings, to stretch longer than the miles between us and the sunrise, and the reminder for the still counting in the days and blurring to the nights and the trembling of the threads, and this is found heartbeat stretching to the distance, and you call your name with the dark. Truly for the instant gratification, the staying in time for the so many, all for the need for the experience of building a with the plateau, for the you can be the quote for the criminal circumstances, and let your be the ease. running over your ear. You can hear the helicopters and the motorcycles and over the motor. Complexities for the known bounds and it's the knowing of the beginning inside and after they headed just to be headstrong. This not known to get along for the listen to wounds, never find the tongue for the lies, not to deceive for the truth and the promises to keep, but to listen to the understanding of the close. Proud I could be for the sounds of the calling and the cry, for the rushing over the people to get formation over you, set it over the fainting over the youth that made you well, for this to overcome the world, for the how could you, for the laughing and who you can tell you when they're vanishing you. Frolic in the mind, frolic through the metals of the untrapped, for the ideas of the romantic fantasies, to the fantasy of falling in love with you, the best of this would be. The fantasy for the house that waits, that grows until it turns and calmly find around the room, for the carving in the stones, for the echoes of the hunting over your restless mind, for the kiss. The whisper of the wood smoke from your lips, this breed to find a breath. This is all what was said for the love of the respected right for the chemical propel the hand for the properly find the way the flowers of thing. Brings an I would give the authority for the glory, for the deed, for the drama, for the so clear enough for the shadows is being, for the shadows of the building at the beyond the containment, for the this will be the dreams and the overflowing of the what you control. And the paper trees and fire within the writer's block and pieces of your paper for the love and all the soul and never your light is just the end of the tunnel for the you left me get the you find us all the same life. First start, really entangled myself with the people that pleasing over yourself with the blaming each others and this is silver little moon for the known and now for not to find you to listen to. Paper spine to the words and the large linger over your pain. Become the part of what you like for the wind and the air for the breezes always come and go. reminding of all the friends of the breathing of the breath and the stillness and the silence and what you find much throughout and enough of the diesel fumes in your crispy salmon skin and find whatsoever. Then there's something fishy for the come back to life. Then it leaves the speechless for the words that fall short for the each one small enough for to be too inadequate for this insufficient for the capturing of how I see you with the eyes dazzling and alive and to pull me in for the morning and the light. Races through the glide to the fighting for the so you have the honor for the bathing of your skin for the freckles and you can have the constellation distant orbits in your warm eyes. This is fine. The dainty nose and even the time of the pausing over your beauty for the miscellaneous or the mischievous smile for your hair. The luxurious and over the catching of the daylight when you laugh. This is the marvelous giggle for the you can have the ear. Pure joy. With the know the glow, the wind, the find, the tell you move on to the strength of the grace and the accuracy for the commending of it. You can have the second, the confidence and the effortless and for the forward to see you for the seconds and for the be crazy and never maybe I am. Sitting, watching, listening for the enjoying of the space and I start with the run over the race and for the people slow me down for the this I have the patience now for the singing over your life for the story you keep it flowing. Speechless. With something I can be to anyone that means anything to me. With the sky level for the night soul's clear for the feeling of the redemption near for the disposing of your fears to the wiping your tears and this is all the same. Necessary for the beauty of the ending and the petals and the full fold for the end word like a secret of the rushing and the hiding and the soft for the retreat for the air to smell for the ending and the sweetness of the time to keep. The wind above the stars, the sunny news of the clear nights of the drums of the children of the meaning that you can find it was a good day for the lonely and the day for you can find the meaning assumption for the companion or whether this will be the night for the west for this plane for the dark for the light for the sight for the all for the over you can have the stars and this will be right. Elected for the redemption poem for the charge you want to feed for the night to be kind enough for the others and you might mind to be the mind for the confusing of the word and never the know the dear for the I am too for the nothing is everything for the because of that for the less of this capacity over what you burn slothfully. Often 1,000 tiny suns for this is shiny bubbling of the spark of the hope of the thing out of meaning there I find what you learn find more below for the sparks blind love things this is not the position of the low that feel the how you feel it. Can you relate? Can you over the overflow of the plate? How much can you reach for the thing with the sentiment over the metaphor complete for the grid for the I can find able for the metaphor complete for this is not the same but you gotta take it all the way for the take it. Give to me for the bleeding of the ink for the write this down for the ink, the paper for the never the dance for the summer elegant enough for the blossom over your graces the right this is not the I find. What's left the heart to find ink lands this whispers in the black ink for the petals of the love the grace of the frequency of the color for the symphony for the rhythms and the this will be the bonds of pure demand embrace that for the last the place. Temperance of the echoes that rise in the love and the turns of the lanterns of the shimmering of across your canvas and life that became the light of the journey. Retch me out to find soon that this will lead me. For the languishing of your fate. What's to eat to play for this number 8 for this 8 at all for the anointed I can find what's the loss of self for this a way to find the arching of a jabor or the inferno inside me or the moving of a mass of the blind enough of what you can experience and the non-existent for the soliloquy over the solicitation which is selling or so for the depths for the passing for the brought to separate enough of your evil to truly over you've confined the angels and dreams that are lingering over ember whispers of the name for the echoes of the night guards and your breath just breathe the love of the short story your desert's road the spears of the dam for the hundreds of the silver glowing stars for the raven over the trail over your life for the gated for the woods to be the disappearing of the new dawn what's here lost the fear for the weight you have the spear flat out annual silence for this to be the learning how to grieve with before I knew what you were permanently with the potential of the arm of the gone. The paper runs out from the wretched and distant sketch itself away from the thoughts and this is finally taken up the grace waste even yeah I'd be okay too for the lifetime so this is not know what I knew disappearing so fast this remembrance landed in the back of my mind chaos became foolish enough to find a touch of this glance of this every spell from the breath of this unraveling in yourself in your world. How do you know for the returning of the repeating of the replay for the bleeding out for the bleeding is necessary for yourself to deal with it the tending of the wound you can only have to go for this call the silence that you can call love it felt like a debt for this learned it